Keep it going, man. This is great stuff.
Okay, so we've addressed this first one. Maybe both sides have decided to serve and stay back, return and stay back. We train that. XY decided to serve and volley, plan C, or come in after a while. We're going to address that later. Any questions? We all set with that. Let's go with this now. All right. Team A, B, we now up at net. Maybe we served and volleyed. We got a short ball when we stayed back, came into the net. We now up at net. The opponents are 1 up, 1 back. So worst case scenario here, we're going to be defending. Maybe X hits a great lob. B can't get it. They say yours. This person goes to the tee. We defend it. Right. Best case, which is what we're hoping for, is we're in attack mode. Okay. Which is huge now. Right. First things first. Number one, you're attacking. There's 2 types of attacking, what I call wound and kill. So X hits to B a low ball. B cannot put the ball away. It's a wound. We're going to address that. X hits a nice high floater to B. B has the kill. So any questions on number one, defining wound or kill? If you cannot put the ball away, you're still attacking, you're not defending. If you cannot put the ball away, it's a wound. If you can't put the ball away, it's a kill. What I've noticed is a lot of players try killing wounds and then they kill themselves. So first things first is, do we understand the shot selection of the difference between an attacking overhead, a wound overhead, kill overhead, wound volley, kill volley? Any questions on the semantics of a wound or kill shot?
I think everybody's on board. Ray says great comment, and Thomas says yes. So Ray really liked you can't kill a wound. So I think
right.
Yeah, I think we're all set.
All right. So I get a wound. I'm player B. So a wound, I cannot do the best possible shot. If I hit to X, I've taken away our time. So generally speaking, on a wound, go back. Once again, I don't know the strengths of these players. Go back to X to buy us more time. That's a wound. If you have a kill, there's 2 ways you can kill: beheading or lethal injection. Right. If you want to behead, go to Y with power. Lethal injection, drop volley or drop shot. So a kill could be a drive toward the net person side, or a lethal injection where we hit an angle toward X side. So that's the wound. So wound generally, go back to X. If you have a kill, kill with lethal injection, angle, or kill with power toward Y. So many times I see people trying a kill on a wound and they screw up. Or they try a kill and they hit it hard and they hit it back to X. You've given them all the time in the world. So kill, hit to the person closest. Wound, go to the person furthest back. Any questions on wound or kill?
Let me see. I think Ray had a question. I think this was just you might have misspoke. He says Ray says, why wouldn't you send a wound? I think I might be wrong about this, but I think you said accidentally when you're wounding, send it to Y when you meant to send it to X. Because if you're
correct. I just said that to see if anybody's paying attention. No, correct. I messed up.
So Ray's paying attention, so we know.
Good job, Ray.
He's like the kid you always want in class who's always raising his hand.
Correct. I said that wrong. Wound, go back to X. Correct. My bad. Kill toward Y or the angle. Thanks.
Yeah, and you would send to Y when you want to take time away, like when you want to behead.
Correct.
Basically.
See,
okay.
Tennis generally is just stealing time or buying time. If you kill, you want to steal time. If you're wounding, you want to buy yourself a little bit more time. If you're defending, what are you trying to do? Stay alive or buy time? Correct.
Nice. Got it.
All right. Number 2, shift line to line. Now, balls hit to X. if A was smack in the middle of the box, of their box, and B was smack in the middle of their box, notice all the holes that are given to X. We've got one hole here, one hole here, one hole here. So what I found helpful based on geometry, not targets, no opponent, I tell people to go line to line. So shift line to line. Now if you do this, B probably has this third covered, A has the middle third covered, and you're giving this third away to the opponent. You're giving the tougher shot away. So based on geometry, you're going line to line, you're covering the best possible angles for X. So I found line to line help as far as the shifting. Any questions on that?
I think we're good. There's a follow-up with Steve, and maybe I misinterpreted related to the wounding part. And if let's say X hits player B a ball, and it's a wound situation, that ball would be kind of below the net, right? So you might have to hit up on it a little bit. So the idea of trying to direct that ball, player B now at Y, you'd probably give Y a relatively easy shot that they could put away.
Right, watch me, good point. Now, we're assuming in this situation that X has hit a ball to B's feet, but B is still comfortable enough to think they're attacking. Go over the higher part of the net. If X hits his ball at the feet of B and they feel they're defending, the hitter B now is just trying to stay alive. Forget about hitting it to X, go the lower part of the net to Y, realizing that you've just stolen your own time away. So once again, it's like it's a low ball, fatal says go to X because it's the wound. All of a sudden, you don't get the ball over the net. So there's that fine line. If you feel you cannot control that ball, if B cannot control it, what's more important? Get it over the net. So just go cross court to Y. The consequence now is you've opened up the court. But I'd rather try to do that versus being unable to go wound to X and get the ball into the net. I'd rather make them play an extra ball, earn their keep, versus saying, well, it's a wound, it's got to go to X. Hope I answered the question there.
Makes sense to me. If anybody has a question, please chime in. I think Ray says okay. I think he's got it. Steve says that makes sense. So yeah, man, I think we're good to go. And any questions for folks about we were talking about the line shifting, correct?
Yes.
So any questions on shifting line to line? Hasn't that been described in the past, sort of as player A and B would have the way I've heard it described in the past is kind of like they have a rope tied between the two?
Correct. Now, a rope tied between the two, right? And I've taken it one step further. In the middle of the rope, I put like a red little flag or tape, and that's the middle. So when you shift, the middle goes with you. Or here's another one. Tennis is played in a rectangle, but you recover in the middle of a triangle. If you look at X right here, the option they have is this. Do you see the triangle? So both players are going to move to the corners of the triangle. So tennis is played in a rectangle, but you recover in the middle of X's triangle. That's what shifting is.